May all graces preside over and hold the space for this forgiveness statement for all of us, humans and non-humans, in all realms of existence. We humbly bow down towards all graces, Buddhas, Mahabuddhas, Bodhisattvas, Mahabodhisattvas, Pratyeka Buddhas, Mahapratyeka Buddhas, all the Arahants, all the embodiments of the graces of Buddhas, Mahabodhisattvas, Mahabuddhas, the grace of Luang Por Posi Surya Khemarato, all the Buddha seeds, the grace of fathers and mothers of all lifetimes. Please hold the space. We humbly ask for forgiveness for having doubts and questions towards the words of the graces, having opinions and meanings towards the noble truth that has been declared by all graces. We humbly ask for forgiveness for having used criticizing, analyzing, observations, considerations towards that which has nothing to do with all this. We humbly ask for forgiveness for differentiate the words of the graces whenever time. Rejecting their words. And we would like to declare removal and cancellation of all of this, all deluded fixation to opinions and meanings, criticizing, judging, analyzing, pondering, considering, using understanding or not understanding with anything that has nothing to do with understanding or not, having knowledge or not. We humbly ask for forgiveness for arguing with the true essence of that which has nothing to do with opinions and meanings and arguments. And we would like to declare removal and cancellation of all that habits, fixation to such habits, we would like to declare removal and cancellation of deluded fixation to feelings, emotions, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body and mind, sound, smells, taste, touches and shapes, gross and subtle. All the belief values, ideas, concepts, disbelief, faith, disfaith, sects, dogmas, attitudes, viewpoints, opinions and meanings. We humbly declare removal and cancellation of all vengeance, revenge, harbor thought of getting back to someone, the deluded fixation to anger, sensual pleasures, mental elements, mental process, states of mind, stillness, indifference, equanimity, loving kindness, which is still fixated and create attachment from all beings. We humbly declare removal and cancellation of all the belief values in love and hatred, all that delusive attachment to the idea about love, towards that which has nothing to do with love or no love. We humbly declare removal and cancellation of our ideas about debts of karma that pay back in the form of relationship in all forms, with fathers and mothers, husbands and wives, sons and daughters, relatives, friends, siblings, societies, small and large. And all ideas about the aliens. Also, they are in the form of karmic payback. All the deluded fixation towards knowledge, smartness, intelligence, intellectuals. We humbly declare removal and cancellation of all of these beliefs and fixation to it. May everything that has been mistaken and misleading for eons of times regarding life and lifestyles and being dominated by such value on ends, to be removed, to be forgiven and released and liberated from such a trap from now on and forever. Ahosi, Ahosi, Ahosi. May all debts of karma, debts of gratitude for all types of karma, all cases of karma, be released. May all our karmic debtors and karmic debtors of karmic debtors be part of our blessing, be part of our unwinding and releasing and liberation by the foundation of the non-attachment as it is in everything. Let's scatter the true essence with the reminders of everything, everything, everything. Everything is from that which has nothing to do with attachment or non-attachment. Nothing to do with letting go or not letting go. Everything, everything, everything. Everything is from the foundation of the non-attachment, which has nothing to do with attachment or non-attachment or detachment. Widely open through this infinite force of the non-attachment in itself. Without having to be specific, focused with anything, widely open. This is the liberation that is given not to be fixated to such liberation, which actually liberation is not liberation. Yet, open up and share this infinite force to all and everything. And keep on throughout the day constantly, scattering the infinite force to all and everything using the reminders. Whatever that is arising in the mind, that is the point to clear with self-purification of such points and ideas, thoughts, feelings, emotions, memories. In that moment, it's already bypassing. It's not bypassing because we are dwelling in it. Therefore, it's expanding itself, and that is starting to mislead this vessel. That is called the add-ons. When it starts with the first one, it will be expanding without realizing it. Immediately, it is like its own habits, its own nature, the nature of the add-ons. So we reverse it, step back to scatter and remind the vessel with everything is from that which has nothing to do with attachment or non-attachment. Nothing to do with being still or restless. Everything is from that which has nothing to do with anything in anything. Scattering this infinite force to all and everything simultaneously. It has immense power to clear, to cleanse, to purify, whatever words you want to use. The habit of taking, grasping, dwelling in any state of mind, taking things into account from everything that is around in your circumstance. In relating to everything, in the reaction, and whenever it's starting to clash, it's because the dwelling is there. So use the reminders. The reminders has self-purification in itself. Be genius to use it. And the more we use it, the more we can be genius to help others through the infinite force of nothingness, helping to clear and unwind, release and liberate all types of stuckness of the mind. This is not about understanding or not understanding. Whenever we use understanding in anything, it's a trap. let alone not understand anything. It is about compassion, diligently formed up, assumed up, to open through the vessel that has constant great compassion of nothingness to share. So scatter it in all directions like the sun rays. This radiance will penetrate through all and everything, and has the power to purify habits, stuckness, obstructions, problems, troubles, you name it, everything. This power of constant scattering the infinite power to all and everything will reflect the mind of this vessel in the same way, without having to check the outcome from this radiance, from this force. The more we assume it, the more power there is to clear the obstructions, conflicts, and problems for others, for all, for societies at large and small, without trying to correct anyone or anything in the societies. It starts from here. Open up widely, radiate the infinite power to all. There will be no separation that is created by the mind, actually, initially. That is the problem that one creates, that one calls problems. Problem starts by our own assumption that that's the problem. That's the trouble, that's the conflict, that's the obstruction. It initiates here in the mind that has add-ons. Reverse it. If the assuming mind begin like that, use the reminders. Everything is from that which has nothing to do with having problem or no problem. Everything is from that which has nothing to do with having conflict or no conflict. Everything is from that which has nothing to do with understanding or not understanding. beyond the beyond, beyond all sensual pleasures, because it's beyond the beyond. Like, dislike, love, no love, hatred. That initiates by the assuming mind with the add-ons of desire and cravings. To enable blessing beings to end in an instant. Ending what? Ending the delusion, ending the add-ons, which is the cause of suffering, the cause of karma. Immediate, instant ending. Giving the ending, not trying to end. By reminding this vessel to proceed with everything that is from the foundation of non-attachment. The non-attachment that has nothing to do with being attached or not attached. Everything is from this essence. So realize the concept of your life. How much attachment there is. How much fixation there is in every angle of life. That is one's own obstruction. So declare removal and cancellation of all deluded fixation to everything, to every story of life. Because it's anatta, it's meaningless, it fluctuates, it's always shifting and changing. It is called anicca. If you try to sustain and maintain anything like that, suffering is there. Lifestyle is anicca and anatta. Belief values is anicca and anatta. Faith, this faith is anicca and anatta. Spirituality is anicca and anatta. Clairvoyance is anicca and anatta. Radiate the essence, the true essence of that which has nothing to do with all this, all stories, even the stories of spirituality, Dharma or whatever. To enable to blessed beings to end the delusions, to end the cause of karma. And that's why we assume life. Not to assume life, to enjoy sensual pleasures day by day, year by year, life by life. That is endless. It's misleading. There is no clearing or cleansing in there at all. When life is so meaningful, it's gonna be a trap like that. Life is anicca and anatta. Anatta means has non-self and meaningless. It's anicca, always shifting and changing, unable to sustain. It has nothing to do with happiness or suffering. Get this point. In your hollow heart, otherwise we will just misleading by our own titi, opinions and meanings, identifying with everything because of such titi, opinions and meanings. Is not helpful. Whether it's mundane or spirituality, all the same. Let's proceed in the way that is reversing. Reverse back to not grasp for anything anymore for life. It's anicca and anatta. Don't try to preserve the cycle of birth, old age, sickness, and death. To try to preserve means try to hold on to it, try to hang there with the anicca and anatta. What is the use of that? What's the benefits of that for anyone at all? Awaken out through the infinite power of nothingness, of the meaninglessness of all and everything. This power will clear and purify, cleanse all types of misleading titi, opinions and meanings that has been used for eons of times and lifetimes. Let's end that. Our birth here on earth is not to give meanings to life and go through life in such a way on ends, becoming the role model of enjoyment in sensual pleasures and stuff like that. That's not the way. That is grasping, taking in. It creates karma. It is realms of existence in itself, which is samsara. Sangsaravat kapum is the karma, is a delusion, delusive attachment, cravings and desire. All includes in samsara. There is no liberation there. But we don't have to correct anything either. Just radiate and scatter the essence of the infinite power of nothingness, of emptiness, in meanings to everything, proceeding with everything simultaneously. And such a power that is infinite, which has nothing to do with being finite or infinite, will return to the power here through this vessel to enable, to help end and unwind our lives. So diligently open up and scatter the infinite force to all and everything. Use the reminders, which is the foundation for the blessing. Remind this vessel, everything is from non-attachment, that is not fixated to itself. It is not about attachment or detachment. And ahosi for any arising mind, whether it's positive or negative, if it's completely deluded and taking sight, there are no sights, no paths. No one walks the path to find a destination in the impossible future time that doesn't exist. No aim, no destination to be determined for, because determination for anything creates karma. Replace the intention with the intention that purifies itself through the reminders that has been given. Intentions that has no purification in itself creates karma. And it makes oneself determined and strive for it, creates more karma into such a realm. That's what's happening here. It's called intentional karma. Step back from the stepping back itself. Everything is from that which has nothing to do with having intentions or no intentions. Being determined or not determined for anything whatsoever. All purposes dissolved instantly. Everything ahosi, ahosi, ahosi.